everyone, and welcome to the Terry White Tech Blog. I thought I would give you a first look at the new Amazon Echo. Now, for those of you who don't know what this device is for or what it is, as you can see, it's just a cylinder that plugs into your power. It's also Wi-Fi connected to your hotspot. So that's how it gets its internet connection. And what it's for is, you can think of it as a home virtual assistant and home automation device. So not only can you ask it things via voice and have it respond, but you can also have it control things like your hue lights or your thermostat if you have a compatible thermostat as well. So that's why it falls into the home automation category. So let's get started and take a quick video review of it and what it's like. So first and foremost, on the very top you have two buttons. One, you can manually turn off the listening so that it's not listening to your voice anymore, or you can have it to tap to listen instead of using the keywords. It has two keywords, one is Amazon and one is the name Alexa by default, and it also comes with a wireless remote. So the wireless remote can be used to activate the device, turn the volume up and down, play pause, skip, and backwards for songs and various audio tracks that are playing. The current price for it is $179.99. Amazon Prime members got it, if you had ordered it early, you had a special deal for $99, and I took advantage of the $99 deal. So let's get started. Alexa, what are you?
I'm an Amazon Echo.
So that's pretty much how it works. You just ask it questions by giving it or by calling it out by name. And you can change that name if someone in your home is named Alexa, and you can change it to Amazon. So let's ask it another question. Alexa, how old are you?
I was released November 6th, 2014.
Now, of course, we just asked it a couple of questions about itself. Now let's have it get some information that we may not know, or have it look some things up on the internet. So for example, Alexa, what will the weather be like tomorrow?
Tomorrow, in Atlanta, you'll see intermittent clouds and can expect a high of 84 and a low of 70.
Alexa, what's the time in Tokyo?
The time in Tokyo is 11:03 a.m. on Monday.
Now, it can also give you a news report, so you can set up which news service you want it to use, or which combinations of news sources you want it to use, to give you everything from current headlines to stock and weather and so forth and so on. Now I'm gonna use the remote to pause it after I ask it things, just so we don't have to hear it go on and on. But just let's get started with the news. Alexa, what happened in the news today?
Here's your flash briefing. In NPR News from TuneIn.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Winsor Johnston.
Now you also have a volume control here.
Schulz says a summit of Eurozone leaders planned Tuesday should discuss a humanitarian aid program.
And I'm going to go ahead and pause it, but it would just go ahead and give us the current news. You can also have it tap in to your Amazon Prime Music. So you have basically access to thousands and thousands of songs and artists, so you can have it play any particular song, any particular artist, or any particular album, and it also ties into radio or internet radio services such as Pandora and iHeartRadio. So again, just so we don't violate copyright, I'm going to pause it after I do it, but just so you can see how it works. Alexa, play jazz.
Shuffling music.
Okay, and again, just pausing it real quick. Alexa, play Rihanna on Pandora.
Getting your Rihanna radio station from Pandora.
Pretty cool to be able to do this, again, just with your voice. Now, of course, it also ties into various other Google services like your Google Calendar and to-do list. So for example, I could say things like, Alexa, add cereal to my shopping list.
I added cereal to your shopping list.
And of course, it can also be used to settle arguments or just give you information as needed. So for example, Alexa, how do you spell convenient?
Convenient is spelled C-O-N-V-I-E-N-T.
Alexa, how tall is the Golden Gate Bridge?
The Golden Gate Bridge's height is 745 feet, 227 meters.
Alexa, how old is Julia Roberts?
Julia Roberts is 47 years old.
Alexa, what's the capital of New Mexico?
New Mexico's capital city is Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Alexa, what's the definition of pandemic?
The term pandemic means 1, an epidemic that is geographically widespread, occurring throughout a region or even throughout the world. 2, epidemic over a wide geographical area. 3, existing everywhere.
And even if you have a math problem, you can say things like, Alexa, what is 7,240 minus 573?
7,240 minus 573 is 6,667.
And of course, you can even have some fun with it. Alexa, tell me a joke.
What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea.
I didn't say they'd be funny jokes, but you can't ask it to tell jokes. So the real question is it worth $179.99? It was definitely worth $99. But for those of you who have an iPhone or iOS device, you've got Siri. For those of you who have Android devices, you've got Google Now and other services that you can do the same thing. But it is kind of cool to be able to have it just always on and always listening in your home. So you don't have to pull out your phone. You don't have to press a button. You don't have to do anything, but just simply be in the room and ask it. So for that, it was definitely worth $99. For $179, that would be a bit of a stretch for me for this. But at least you now have the knowledge of what it is, what it does, and you can decide that for yourself. Is this worth $179 for you? So with that said, Alexa, good night.
Good night.